welcome to our Zoom talk about the film I Was Not Born a Mistake. In Hebrew, it's called ISKA ELOHIM, which means a deal with God. And we're talking with Rusinek and Eyal ben Moshe, who made this very unusual and very interesting film. You always think you know the wildest story, and then comes this film, and you find out that life is more fascinating than you ever thought. I want to ask you first about the title of the film, which is in English in our festival, I Was Not Born a Mistake. And in Hebrew, it ran under the title ISKA ELOHIM, which means a deal with God. What do the names mean?
Well, we decided the name I Was Not Born a Mistake at the beginning because it was a very powerful sentence that we knew will be in the film when she say that she knew all the time that she was not born a mistake. And we decided this name. And then we try to translate it to Hebrew.
And it doesn't sound good.
And it doesn't sound good. And we
decided to play with the words. ISKA ELOHIM, ISKA is the name of the main character, the only character.
And it's a deal.
And
also.
ISKA, it's a deal. So we started playing with the name and the words, and we came up with the ISKA ELOHIM.
How did you come?
That every person can take in a different way the deal that she made with God, what it means, because it's the first deal that she made as Yaakov at the beginning, and I take it more to the deal that she made today with God. All her voyage is around this deal with God.
Okay. What was the deal with God? I mean, and first of all, the problem that I didn't understand it really in the film is because the film keeps jumping between Hebrew and English. I watched it again because I thought maybe you want the parts in Jerusalem to be in Hebrew and the parts in New York or in America to be in English, but I recognize, no, when she starts to talk about the fact that she felt in hiding and she was petrified, then she switches into English. Why does she speak both languages? Does it make is it part of the film, or is it part of showing that she has a double personality?
She speaks Hebrew and English, but there is something that was for us very important, that in Hebrew every verb became feminine or masculine. So to decide to be religious when you are transgender and to speak Hebrew, it's what I really looked in the film, because I think ISKA looked for the worst opportunities, maybe the worst way to live. The worst choices.
She makes the worst choices to go by.
So the Hebrew is one of them, because every day when she wake up in the morning, as Yaakov, she had to say, "Ani modeh," I thank you to God. It's one of the prayers in the morning. So every day she spoke in a masculine man, in a masculine way, and today, the Hebrew is also difficult for her. So in Hebrew, you can understand a lot of complexity in the language that she has. And so it's not only about to be a man or a woman as a transgender. It's to be a religious, it's to speak a language, it's to go to live in another places, to try again, to look for the way, because she didn't really know she is a transgender or what is a transgender. So she passes all the levels, and so for us the Hebrew, it's one of the decisions, the hardest decisions that she made.
So she wanted to speak Hebrew, although she speaks better English than Hebrew.
Yeah, she wanted
Yes, she
to
did.
make everything in Hebrew, but then we felt that English and her way that the way that she speak or find her words in English,
Much better than
much
Hebrew.
better, and so we mixed it.
But I understood better the deal with God after I saw the interview in Chotzei Israel. But maybe you want to explain what was this deal with God that she made when she reached the Wailing Wall, the Kotel in Jerusalem for the first time. What was this deal?
This deal was she decided that she will go with God all the way. She will become a religious Hasidic.
And he will have,
and
let
he
her
will-
let her live in peace with herself, either as a man or as a woman.
So she understood in the way the deal that I think that she is the one to decide if she live with a man or a woman. And as she see it, her deal is yes, it was God, and he gave her the way to a tikkun,
For an amendment.
amendment.
But-
and
but,
this is part of the
wha-
deal because yes.
But when she broke down, she realized she cannot live with these lies. Why did she think that she's gay?
Why did she think?
The word, the concept or word transgender was not in her anywhere around her. She didn't know the word. She felt attracted to men, and at that time that was being gay. There wasn't any other choices. There wasn't transgender. There was, but she didn't know about it. So her world was, if I'm attracted to men, then I'm gay. I'm not something else.
And can you explain what was the moment when she started the tikkun to really find what she really is? Because you are saying this is something that her gay boyfriend said to her, that she's a woman and he wants to live with a man. She explains when I saw the interview Chotzei Israel with Kobi Meidan, that it was an article that she read in the newspaper about transgender when she was 41, and then for the first time she realized there is something like that, and she's not alone in the world with this problem.
I think, as you know from your life or any life, that we can tell our story in a very different way, and we have a lot of points in our life.
I'm not sure it was one event that gave her the way. I mean, it was a process, and all the things she mentions once to us, once in their interview, it's part of this process that she went through to the point that she decided, okay, I'm gonna do it. I don't think there was one day that she woke up and said that.
And we decided to build the film in.
Films are more dramatic than life.
Yes.
So.
And it sounded much better. And we also gave one scene, maybe more, to every one of the 5 characters that she had. Only ISKA at the end and Yaakov are more developed. So we decided to take this scene, we took it as a scene, the relationship with the man and the decision from his words.
What made you make this film? I can assume that making a film is also saying something about yourself, because it's a long process. It's a very difficult process. What connects
and because
you,
of that, there are 2 answers for that.
Yes.
What connects you to this story? Why did you want to make this film and follow all this long process?
Because we are 2 different persons in a different gender, so we really look at it in a different way, and we were talking all the time about it. And my side is that I never knew that transgender before. I never met a transgender. I never talked to transgender. Before I was born in Jerusalem, in a place that I don't think there is any transgender that can live there. And for me, it really was the first time that I saw her. We saw her, we met her the first time at the same place of the last scene of the film. The green grass that she speak with the people. So we went there a year before, and we came to film it a year after. So I was very excited to meet her. I had so many questions. How come a mother or father leave the children? How much it is important to live as a woman if you feel like a woman, or as a man if you feel like, I felt that the family, such a big family, it's much more important than yourself. So I had really so many questions. And that's what brought me to, I wanted to be a friend and to hear more, so that's
Eyal?
what took me to this film.
And Eyal?
Well, a lot of things was fascinating with ISKA, and I had a lot of questions too, but the most important or most fascinating one for me is that how she combines religion and her way of life, how she takes rabbis like Cook and the rabbi, the Piasetzner rabbi, and take the words and reflect on her life. And it really, for me, it says that there is some opening in this closed religion that you can connect even if you're not going by the book. It's not people that can go by the book still that are not going by the book can still find their place in the religion. It delivers people.
I don't know how it's going in Berlin, but here in Israel, we are not religious, and there is a big difference to live as a Chiloni, not religious, and as a religious. I all the time felt I'm Jewish. It's obvious I'm Jewish because I was born in Israel and I was born Jewish, but I'm not religious. And I don't know. I also think that it was the first time that we saw that there is a way to, or that we have the privilege to read the scripture the way we want.
Yeah.
Like ISKA is doing. And it's not have to go with the tube of the rabbis or people that I don't agree with.
There's a very, very powerful statement that I liked most, where she asks, why were men not born circumcised? If God wants Jews to be circumcised, why were not Jewish men born circumcised? You want to explain this? Well, this has to do with the tikkun.
Yeah, Abraham, that is the first
one.
Jewish, he made this, he's the first one that made the relationship or the sign of the relationship with God with the circumcised, okay? And it is a sign of relationship between him and God. So Jewish men make this.
You have to do it from your choice, not by giving. I mean, from your father's choice.
The mother is usually not very happy.
Yeah.
So it is a sign of the relationship between a man and God. So she see in her second
Brit.
second breed,
circumcision.
circumcision. Okay. She sees it in making a relationship with God in the second time to build again the relationship in the same way. This is a sign of the relationship she's going to make with God, because she feels that God is always in herself, and he's waiting for her to stop maybe lying to herself, and her voyage is to stop lying, to be herself, and from this moment she will be clean with God. She can make a relationship with him. So it's also about the deal. Maybe it's the last. This is a deal with God.
I want to ask you about a little bit about Chabad. I was quite shocked that to read, I don't know if it's true, that none of the children are Orthodox anymore. And it's very difficult to understand, if they're not part of this world, why do they not accept their mother, their former father, as a part of the family? And what is the relationship with Chabad? I mean, you did some shooting in Chabad house, but obviously you didn't tell them that it's a film about this person. And I was also quite surprised that one of the persons she adores is the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who is the founder of this Chabad movement. And I'm trying to understand, what does it say about her relationship with Chabad? So it's two questions, actually. First of all, the Orthodox in the family.
About the children, I'm not sure we can speak for them.
No, but I can understand it, because she came to Israel as a Chabad Shaliach with her wife. So they were born here, maybe suffered from this community, and they are second generation. They have their decisions. Most of them religious. So there is many communities that they can go. I think they live in different places in Israel. Why they didn't accept her? We can say we're very happy to know now that one of the daughters recently connected her, and now she knows her 18 and 19 grandchild. So the last grandchild.
Last month, it was the first time she held her grandson in a brit.
So it's very exciting. I think the reason with this daughter, because she remarried, so things has changed. But I heard ISKA saying, and I can agree with this, that it's not only this is the problem, because it's so complicated in life. When you live family, there is a lot of things around, not only being a man or a woman. So I can understand them. It was really important for me not to judge any of them, because I'm not in this situation. I can understand it. And I hope for her that she will get more and more connection with the grandchildren.
And can you explain?
The second one was.
Yeah. Can you explain why?
Sorry, her two sisters were in our premiere in New York, and so the movie really.
They came to see the film, and it was very exciting.
Why does she admire the Lubavitcher Rebbe? I mean, it's very hard to understand. I read it somewhere.
It's something that I can't really answer, because we not understand any of the religious part, and it's something that to ask her, she can be more deep and wise.
How difficult was it to make the film with her? I assume that at least part of the filming was done before you started. I mean, we see that she's moving back to Jerusalem, and it's obviously not something that you were shooting.
No, of course. It's film. It's never easy to make a film with a person. Any person, and it's what interesting in this situation also. We talked a lot. We explained that it's really important for us to answer our questions about religious, maybe about her decisions, and it was important for her not to ruin what she have with the family. She don't really have, but what there is.
The first proof she gave us by letting us do this film is that the children are out. The children
and the wife
are out.
Yes, and then
I think it's the only rule that she gave.
Yeah, this is, she said, I'm not ashamed of anything, but I don't want to hurt them. And then we showed her the film. We took a while to work with no connection. And then
after the shooting ends,
yeah,
on the time that we edited the film, we got a little away, so we can focus on the ISKA on our screen.
And then we called her to our house to see the rough cut. She was very happy in most of this, but she had she asked us to take out something that she don't feel it's part her story. It was part of our story, I think. Yeah. More. It was the scene with the manifestation in Jerusalem of the gay parade in Jerusalem. A year before, a girl was murdered there, and there is a lot of right-wing manifestation. We wanted to show Jerusalem as we know it. Jerusalem that she sees very open and embracing. I see very
I don't know the word.
Yeah, I don't know. Tough, maybe. Kitzoni.
Extreme.
Extreme. We see it really different, and she wanted to take it out because she said, I'm not part of this parade. It's not something that I feel it has to be like this. And she wanted to take it out, and we agreed. We understand that we don't understand the politics and the feelings inside this community, and we took it out, and it's okay.
What is not really clear is how does she make a living? In Kobi Meidan's program, he presented her as a transgender rabbi, but she's not a real rabbi, is she?
No, she's not a real rabbi, but a rabbi is also
an honorable address to someone as a rabbi.
But she is a rabbi to this community in Jerusalem. Many lesbians, yes. Religious lesbians, that's what we know. She have the community, and she's making wedding.
How is it called? Is it the open house, or is it the open house in Jerusalem, Abayta Patuach, or?
She's also there. She doesn't have really her own community. She go to 2 synagogues. She's okay with the open house, with the Batkol, many organizations, but she has her own place. People come to learn Hasidut, I think if someone is really interested, ISKA Smith, you can search for her. She has a lot more to say.
She has her own blog. She has her own website that she explains. She teaches several institutes.
But I have to say that now, after the film, as we see it, it's very important for her to finish with Yaakov, Jeff, Jessica, and all of this, and to be ISKA, to be a woman she is, and to teach Jewish studies and to live her life. It's in a way it was a closure of this.
Racheli, the film was shown at the Haifa Film Festival last year, and I don't know if it was also in cinemas in Israel. But did you get reactions from Orthodox men or women, Jewish?
The most religious place was the Pardes Institute, but it's not fair there.
It's home base of ISKA, so
yes. It's Yadut Mitchadeshet, it calls now. We learned a new way of saying that. So it's not more. Someone told us that we have to go to Chabad to try. And after the corona, I think we'll try. Now they are in the red zone of Jerusalem.
Did you? How was it for you to shoot with her in Chabad house in the old city of Jerusalem? Did she want to do it? Was she afraid? You were shooting
she was
not afraid. We were afraid.
We were afraid, but this Chabad house is very, very
touristical.
Very touristical. It's in the middle of the old city, and many tourists just come, enter, look around. We started filming very quietly, but we saw that
no
one really cares, and no one recognized her as Yaakov that was there.
So yeah, it was okay, and also there is something I like in this scene that we put that she go to the women's section and it's closed. And it's something that for me was really, I thought about it a lot because she decided to choose the second.
The locked door.
The locked door.
and I want to ask you something which has not to do with the film, but how do you, as filmmakers, survive in this situation now when I think Israel is #1 in the world in corona cases per person?
We're not. Mama, father, helps us a lot. We don't get a lot from the state, but that's another subject.
We are
organizing music shows, at our yard. So you are welcome to come.
To help the friends from the music. Music business.
Okay.
But it's nothing now happened. The Cinematheque opened. We went there. 6 people maybe came.
Yeah.
And then it closed again.
So let me just thank you very much for this wonderful film, very interesting film, and for your participation. And I wish you many festivals, and I hope that you will have better times and you can have new and interesting films.
And maybe we can visit Berlin one day.
Yeah, we should have been with you today.